Welcome to Contentment, a place of calm in the chaos. What is your perspective on staking out your earth claim? Being a landowner or a land renter? Residing on a piece of this great planet we are traveling on? Mine has evolved. My parents built their house on a city lot in the 1950s, and they still live in that same side-split house today. My father's mother lived in his childhood home until she could no longer handle the killer steep stairs of that turn-of-the-century house. As a young person, I thought those examples were what home ownership was. A house and property that belongs to me and mine, ours, forever, long-term. Now, after having moved 20 times, I see it differently. My husband and I bought this house 3 years ago, and we are the 5th or 6th owners of our 50-year-old home. There is a sense of impermanence in this real estate relationship, maybe because we bought it after we had both lived many years. Have you ever felt this way? And so, what does land owning mean to you? Once we bought this house, we quickly discovered that the last owners of 10 or so years didn't know how, or maybe didn't care how, to maintain and love this mid-century modern beauty. New neighbors told us stories about the lack of care for the property and the loud arguments and drinking that went on. We had easy shoes to fill as the new neighbors on the block, but we spent a body-wrenching series of months trying to heal many of the property's wounds, most of which will never be seen as the bulk of the drama wove around the exterior drainage system that surrounds the house. We live in a rainforest region, and it was vital to get it all done before the rains came back in earnest, so the previous flood lines on the foundation and into the garage were not met again. I am super thankful for our 2 sons who lent us their 20-something muscles to the huge task of digging and pulling and searching and digging more, and then moving a couple of dump trucks full of gravel. Everywhere we dug, where we pulled up sod and topsoil and went deep into the clay of the river delta we live on, we found garbage. Some bizarre items and some sad. Many, many beer cans and bottles, pieces of metal, knives, hundreds of candy wrappers, plastic bags, coins of all ages, construction debris, fishing lures, and old forgotten toys. As we went on, my body hurt more and more, and I grew to hate this house, as it seemed to suck the blood, sweat, and tears from me, like literally. I loathed the work that seemed to be killing me with no end in sight. Have you ever felt that way before? I was exhausted. My joints were all on fire. I hobbled through the days, and there simply seemed no end. I was ready to throw in the towel and the trowel. And then a wise friend suggested to me that this house contains the energy of angry and spiteful people. In its walls, it holds their pain and their arguments, the abuse of their pets and the pain of their child. All of this is deep inside the house, right alongside the physical issues of long neglect. Now, this house and garden was in the hands of people who wanted to fix it up. Luckily for me, my husband knows how to get these jobs done to code and is good at explaining to us how to get the work done. And we all, gratefully, like one another. This house held the energy of the previous inhabitants' divorce and arguments with neighbors, muddled alcoholic confusion, and angry judgment of others who looked on. And so she asked, could it be similar to how a person may get hopelessly sick as soon as they go on vacation? Their body knows it's safe to be vulnerable. Perhaps this house now knew that with my family it was safe to be vulnerable, and to allow all the pain to be released like a pus-filled cyst, with someone who would help it get to the other side. Yuck, right? We were receiving that pus. Ugh, thank you, new old house, and thank you, old owners who neglected to inform us of many, many issues. And yet that wise friend, I'm so grateful, Christine, helped me to see a new perspective and take on a new role. The new role was land steward, which, by the way, when trying to get a loan, that's not really a title. I did try. But what does it mean? What does land steward mean? Well, I look at the news and I know I may not be able to solve all the issues our earth is facing. Yet I can heal this wee patch of land. After talking with my friend Christine, I began to talk to the house, vowing to help it heal. I started hugging it and sending it love. Yes, I did. Have you ever hugged a house? And you know what? My body pain began to dissolve, and I imagined the house breathing a sigh of relief. Whether or not the house knew I was sending it love doesn't matter. I had managed a perspective change and took on this role. I've grown to love this house, this property, and this neighborhood. And every time we fix and heal and find more garbage placed by the old owner, let's call him Barney. Every time we find a screw that's been placed wrong or problems that we fix, we tell each other we are de-Barneyizing the house. We have become stewards of this home and garden. We may have names on the title, but we are simply one family of a series who will call this spot home. Just like we don't own our children, they are really only on loan to us, aren't they? I can't see myself as owner of this property, but simply its partner in healing. I'm its steward. Now I look around at what 3 years of work has brought. Yes, we are still working on it, and it still needs a lot more attention and tidying. Yet I do see such health and healing for the property and for me. This garden has been my therapy. And what is my goal for this property? To make it healthy and strong and have little zones of surprise for me, my family, and future grandkids to enjoy. I wanted to have a rich, thriving vitality that shouts, "I am loved," to the world. Have you ever seen the Netflix movie, The Biggest Little Farm? Those new land stewards learned that it takes the earth 7 years to come back from the worst abuse, with help that is. We are 3 years in, and I can't wait to see what unfolds in the next 4. Come along on the journey if you'd like.
Hi, baby. Come here. Dee Dee.